Hello and welcome to a very stormy rock paper shotgun. I am Alice and this is Dawn of Man, a game that came out at the very beginning of this month, created by Madruga Works. It's where you command a settlement of ancient humans, as you can see here, lots of little ancient humans, all the way from the Paleolithic times up to the Iron Age, and that's as far as it goes, as far as I can tell. Here is my settlement at the Neolithic times. I'm just about to get onto the Copper Age. I'm going to talk to you about how to kind of get to grips with the game. It's relatively self-explanatory and there's a lot of help menus that are really useful, and I'll talk you through them in a sec. It's a bit like Foundation, if you saw my video on that, where you create these little huts and you create all these little things. Here I have my people upgrading to the next kind of housing, which will be a hut, and I don't do a very good job of it here because I don't actually have the right materials. I don't have any mud to do this, so my people then don't have anywhere to stay in the winter, and it gets a bit touch and go for a second. So I decided to just stop that and ignore it. So here we have the trade window, which is where you can buy things from the trader that you haven't got already or that you need, and you then trade back the same value of items you have. In the trader's stock section at the top, it tells you how much they cost, and then the trader trade section, it either goes up in price or stays the same depending on the trader's commission value. And here you see me figuring out how come my workload is so over the top. At the moment I've got 160% odd workload, which is too much for my people. So you just have to kind of figure out what is necessary and what isn't necessary and try and get it to as close to like 140 as possible. Anything less than 140 is probably the best. Here you can see me trying to cancel actions and then seeing them come back again. That's because I have them on unending. I just want them to just keep going on with that task and stuff, so that's why that happened. So, as I mentioned a second ago, I need mud in order to upgrade my huts, and here I am actually placing down my work area for mud. So you see these little flags, they're different work areas. There's my mud work area, there's my water, and there's my fishing. I have different ones for trees, I have different ones for harvesting wild berries and things, wild plants, sticks, stone, etc, etc. And hunting is an important one. As you can see here, I have a mouflon, I think that's how it's pronounced, and there's basically a goat as far as I can tell, and you can go into a little cinematic mode and you can watch them. It's really cute, but unfortunately it's gonna start getting a bit, oh god, yeah. I had a hunter there that was killing a goat, and I had it on cinematic mode, and that's perhaps my least favourite bit about it, is killing all the animals and looking at all that meat. I don't like it, but it's fine because it's how they need to live. It's how they had to survive in those days. There were no supermarkets. At the moment we're in fall and we're very, very close to it being winter, and we still don't have enough huts for our people. Here I am cancelling all my huts, and then I will start building them back up as tents, because tents are the ones that work. And I cancelled all the upgrades because we can't upgrade because I don't have the mud yet. Who knew you needed mud to create huts? I didn't. I certainly didn't know. But I learnt it, and that's why I'm here to tell you. I'm just going to plonk a few tents down just so that we're ready for the winter, which it now is winter. In the top right you can see that it's winter, and it will start getting really, really cold. My people, oh god, stressful. So I just want to talk you through the tech tree a bit more. It's a little bit like tech trees you see in other games like Civilization. You have to unlock things with knowledge points. In this scenario, you start off in the Paleolithic times, Mesolithic, Neolithic. I'm trying to get up to the Copper Age at the moment. And as you can see, I've unlocked a fair amount of stuff. You get resource points by hunting animals, harvesting plants, making things, discovering little bits and bobs like different plants and trees and all that jazz. And if you start building new items, you also can get resource points for your first new item that you do. So here I am just figuring out if my hunting zone is decent, because it's right near a watering hole, so you'd think, wouldn't you? This is a slightly ill reindeer, so he's ripe for a killing. I really don't like the killing bits. So I have 7 resource points, which means I can unlock something new And here I have mining, well digging, fortifications, goat domestication, a new plant, weaving, stilting for bridges, and megalithism. So spirituality may feel like a bit of a redundant thing to have to upgrade, but it does increase your civilians' happiness. When they're feeling a bit down, they'll go and pray, and it just boosts their morale a little bit. And you don't want unhappy workers, because unhappy workers don't want to work. So here I'm going to unlock underground mining, because it kind of gives you more resource to do things with. And one of my dogs is sick, which is really sad. So I domesticated a dog from a wolf, and now I have dogs, and they help with attacks, and they basically just guard things. You can't really pet them or anything, which is a bit sad. And you can track people, and you can focus cameras on your civilians doing interesting things. This one just went straight in the hut. Brilliant. Brilliant. So the graphics are pretty basic, but they do what they need to do as far as I'm concerned. So here we have underground mining. A help box pops up, tells you what to do, and it just helps increase the amount of stuff you get from your mines. I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to put a mine down for ages, so we'll just skip to me successfully putting a mine down. So to put a mine down, you first have to click on the resource, and then you have to click on the mine button, and then you can go into your building and you can build a flint mine like that. Ta-da! And then your people will come over and they'll build it, and they can go in it, and you can keep track on how many people are in there and things like that. I find this game a lot more hands-on than Foundation was. There's a lot more micromanagement kind of stuff going on. I really enjoy it. I prefer Foundation's art style, graphics, and general vibe to this. Just figuring out if my people are okay. They're okay. 113 should be fine. So as you can see, I've got all of these pop-ups down the left-hand side. You can click on them to focus on them. You can right-click on them to get rid of them. Ta-da! Nice clean screen again. While I wait for that final point to tick over to 7 to unlock some new things, I'm going to show you Primal Vision, which is the eye on the bottom of the screen, which you can't see at the moment because I'm clicked on the skins dryer. Or you can click tab and you can get into it. Everything goes black and white, pauses, you can see red and orange and green all over the map. Here are some green goatee things. They're easy to hunt. The red things and the orange things that you saw, less easy to hunt. The green bushes you see, berries you can pick up, and the rocks you can see, all shows you where different resources are, essentially. It's very handy to use frequently when you need to hunt something, and it's also very easy to get lost using it. As you're trying to find things in the distance, you can end up just getting lost. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. They are very cold and bitter winters in Dawn of Man, and you have to make sure that your people have the right kind of clothing. I needed the weaver because my people only had skins and leather outfits at the moment. Skins are good for winter, leather is apparently good for summer, but with the weaver you can get linen and wool outfits as well. Linen is good for summer and wool is good for winter, so you need to make sure your people are kitted out for the right seasons. And here we have a lion in the middle of our little settlement. So I've just called all my people to arms, and they're all rushing back from their jobs to attack this lion that doesn't seem to be doing anything. And there's another lion too. That's my dog. It's very confusing. This lion is just standing there. No one seems to be attacking it, and it just walks off again. So normally when you actually get attacked by an animal, it will come up as a pop-up in the bottom left, so you can just shoot straight back to your camp. But that didn't say anything, and apparently it's because it wasn't attacking. It just wanted to come and say hello and chill out and say, wow, your settlement looks great. And I was like, thanks, man. And then it walked off again. So I should perhaps explain that this is just one of the many different types of game mode. This is free play, and this started off at the very beginning of the timeline, and it goes up in various difficulties, but you have to unlock milestones to unlock the next difficulty up. So you get milestones when you actually hit new eras, unlock certain amounts of technology, and basically just progress. You will unlock new milestones. I have about 7 or 8 unlocked, I think. It just comes up with a nice little vignette of your town saying unlock this milestone, and it helps you play the rest of the modes. There are challenges as well, which I'll show you later on in the video. You've got Bygone Tales and you've got creative mode. Creative mode is a bit like a sandboxy kind of thing, but not because you don't have unlimited resources. You just start with a certain amount of resources. It's perhaps a little bit easier. You don't really get attacked by anything. You have a lot more resource around you. You don't have to travel as far for things, and you can put yourself a little bit further in to the timeline. You don't have to start from the very beginning. You can start from the very beginning, but you can also start from a different era, and I'll show you that later on in the video. There's also a community tab where you can choose to download things from the Steam Workshop and play different scenarios that way. So here I am trading with Girok, a good old trader. His commission is high, so the value is 45 for those things. That shouldn't cost that much money. And it only took me a while to realise that I shouldn't be trading with people when their commission is high, because it's a waste. It's a waste. I just wait for people to come with better commission rates. So yeah, Girok can do one basically. On we go, Girok. And here is the help menu. Literally goes through everything you could possibly have questions about, from how to harvest different materials for different things, how to get linen basically, or barley or rye or straw, prestige. It goes through structures, it goes through pretty much anything you have a question for. It's a bit finicky. You sometimes have to click on something to get to something else, to get to something else, to get to something else, but they're all in their own little sub menus and they kind of make sense, and it's a really helpful tool to have in this game, because while it is quite self-explanatory, it is quite easy to just be like, yep, I've read that pop-up, I know what I'm doing now, we can get on with it, I don't need to see you anymore. But really you do need to see it, because it's very important. So it even goes so far as to explain the different age types and what different ages mean for your people. Children are less efficient, adults are the most efficient, and elderly again are less efficient. Well, slightly less efficient because they have less health and stuff and could die of old age at any point, just drop dead. Every civilian has their own little gauges, a bit like The Sims, telling you where they are at with different needs, and you can click on them to see why they've got little orange triangles or red triangles above their heads, or even yellow triangles above their heads. A good, happy citizen is a citizen with no triangle. And it's probably worth noting that you can get new people into your settlement from either immigration or reproduction. So, you know, doing the hanky-panky brings in new people, but also having a high prestige level will encourage people to come and move into your settlement. And here I am trying to figure out the bridges. If you watched my Foundation Let's Play, you will have realised that I was very bad at bridges because I kept starting them from the wrong point. However, in Dawn of Man, people can cross water without bridges, as they have been, like those little dudes there, just crossing without a bridge. Where they cross the easiest is where it's a little bit more shallow. Here we have a raider attack. So you've got raiders, they're little random people that come and attack you, and you call to arms everyone, like we did with the lion, but this time, call everyone to arms, they'll get ready with their spears, and then they'll attack the raiders. Where are the raiders? So click on it, find out where they are. They don't really seem to be in much of a rush whenever they do come and attack your settlement, but it's always quite exciting to see. And you can go in cinematic mode and watch them get killed by your people, and watch your people get killed by them, whichever way it turns around. And there we go. We have successfully defeated a bunch of raiders, and for that we get some knowledge points. Win-win all round, apart from some people who may have died during that or have been seriously injured. But hey, so now we have some lions coming into our camp, and I'm not sure why. It hasn't come up that they are attacking us or anything, but I'm going to try and kill them for meat. This probably won't go very well. I need to take everyone off alert, otherwise they won't actually do anything. This probably won't go very well, and it might end up in a few casualties, but look at the little lion. That's a dog. Ignore that. Will she build a successful bridge? No. Will she? Yes. Yay! And that will be a bridge for my people to cross the river a little bit more efficiently, rather than like swimming across and doggy paddling across, because that's quite inefficient. They didn't have swimming lessons in the Neolithic times, unfortunately. So I need 20 knowledge points to unlock the Copper Age. But before I even get there, even think about getting there, I have to unlock everything else before it. And it's fine. I'll get there. So we have a wolf attacking us. Don't be fooled by its cute little face. Look at this little smiley face. Don't be fooled by that. It's going to attack things. Oh, it's attacking a goat. It's fine. It's not attacking us. Why did it say that it was attacking us if it's not attacking us? so far away from our camp. Everyone, you can stand down again now. It was a false alarm. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. Get back to work. Come on now. We haven't got time to be playing games, pretending wolves are attacking our camp. So, here we have Trogol, who is a man on a mission. He's on his way to do some hunting. There's his dead friend. Ignore his dead friend. It's fine. Here he goes, shooting his bow. Carrying his little flint rock around. Now he is taking the meat from this animal. Not sure what animal that is. And here's a lion eating it. And that's not fair. Oh no. Oh, okay, good. That was... Oh god, a man died as well. Oh my goodness. What a mess. I tell you what, living in these times must have been so stressful. We think we're stressed. Pfft. They might not have had bills to pay, but they could have been killed by lions. I mean, look how unhappy he is, just eating that raw bit of flesh. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Are we even gonna get the meat from that? No, because it's another lion. Don't go. Don't go and get it. Don't go and get it. Don't go and get it, because he's gonna know. No. Okay, that's fine. Oof. That was tense. So we can now butcher this lion, and we can grab the meat and the skin from that other massive ass animal, which I think is an owl rock. I can't remember. They're all prehistoric animals. Later on in the timeline, animals do go extinct, and it's a very sad day because I love animals. Right, so I fast forwarded a little bit in time just so that we can, skip to the fun stuff. And here I am unlocking Fortifications, which means that I can now put fences around my settlement and other basic defensive structures that my settlement have never seemed to want to use, like watchtowers. My people just don't want to use them, so I'm just going to build a bunch of palisades, and I'm going to build a watchtower anyway, but you can just see how nobody uses it. So the fence tool is a little bit finicky and a little bit rubbish. You have to keep building a wall and then clicking the tick button. You can't click and then carry on building. You can change shapes, but by changing shape it just means which way it goes when you try and turn a corner, and the corners aren't great. See? It could do with a little bit of finessing, and you can't just plonk a gate in. You have to get rid of the wall and plonk the gate in. So it's not the best way of doing it. And also, you can't build over rocks or anything, which I guess makes technical sense, like real world sense, but your people can walk over those little mountainy bits, so you would think that the fence would at least be able to do something, or they wouldn't be able to use it. I don't know. So this is my basic structure for the very beginning. I kind of just open it. I kind of just take it all the way around the outside of where I want it to be. I'm not very good at building fences. And later on, like way later on down my timeline, I eventually make it a little bit bigger and go around that rock rather than just keep it there. And now I don't like this bit because it's a bit too flat and a bit too short, so I extend the wall out to here, and then I put a little put a little gatoroo on it as well, just so that we can keep the baddies out and keep the nice ones in. There's no rhyme or reason to my planning here. As you could probably tell, I tried to build a gate, and I can't build a gate because you can't actually angle it any way other than 90 degrees either. Some buildings you can do at 45 degrees, other buildings you can only do at 90 degrees, and this one is one of them. Yeah, and the selection tool isn't the best either. If you go and try and get too much in, it will just get rid of it entirely. And yeah, this is just me cleaning up my fence because I need to clean up my fence, like I need to clean up my act in general. So yeah, click and drag tool is fine mostly. I don't really use it very much. You can do it to select multiple people, to take multiple people out to hunts, and you can do it to select multiple animals to hunt and things like that, but other than that I don't think it's very useful. Didn't use it very much, apart from when I was trying to harvest crops in the later game as well. That was a big old bit of lightning and someone has died. Oh dear. Such a shame. Such a shame. You've lived all this time through some of the hardest times in history to get struck by lightning. Lightning. I also couldn't figure out which way this gate was meant to go. Are the doors meant to open inwards or outwards? I was just trying to think of... There's no pulley system or anything, so it would be people like... closing the gate, pushing it. Like that. So, I figured out, in the end, I was just gonna build it however the hell I wanted to, because it didn't make any sense anyway. So I didn't do it this way, I did it that way. You want them to be on the inside so you can just push them, right? You don't want them to be on the outside, because then you have to pull them. Area. Oh, wolf attack. No! No! Okay, that's not gonna end well. That is not gonna end well. Emma, be careful! No! No! No one's coming to help Emma? She nailed it! She nailed it! Oh yeah, look at you all running to help. Bit late, wasn't it? Also, imagine the infections you would have got in these days. People can't get diseases and infections and stuff. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, most of my huts are upgraded now to huts rather than tents. So your gal's moving on up in the world, but she still hasn't put a gate in, because she doesn't know which way to put it. So, whoop whoop. Well, it's starting to get a little bit more exciting now, isn't it? Don't have that much more to unlock before I am ready to go on to the Copper Age. Although, who am I kidding? It's going to take me about 10,000 years to get 20 points to get up into the Copper Age. Oh! Uh-oh. There's a raider attack. I don't think Marie's going to make it. No. Come on. Call to arms, everyone. Call to arms. Call to arms. No. No. Oh. Oh. What's she stabbing them with? Like a piece of flint? Oh my goodness. Okay. Rest in peace, Marie. No alert. Hopefully the raiders will just move on. Probably not, though. Should probably just keep us ready, just in case they come for us, right? Oh, yeah. No fences built. Got gates, though, so... Oh, my God. This isn't going to go well. Just going to set my tree thing up here, just so we start felling some more trees around here. Right, the raiders are finally making their way over the hill. What I like about the raiders is they just don't seem to really care. They're not bothered about how quickly they'll get to you. They're just gonna amble. They literally are amblers. Did we get them all? We've lost a few people in that fight, but we did okay. I think we did okay overall. The settlement's really starting to take shape, I think. So I've skipped forward a little bit here. As you can see, we're a little bit more built up. We've got our fence all the way up and around. We've got people doing their thing. We seem to be doing alright. Our food is on the way down slightly, but overall I think we're doing okay. Just figuring out what is around here still. And we have some new goats that have just been born. Aren't they cute? Yeah, so the goat domestication is great because goats give you milk, which is good for the people, obviously. Not for the vegans of your town, but if no one is a vegan in your town, then it's fine. You couldn't really be a vegan back then. So let's just see what we've got around here. Should we try and... Right, so we've got this rhino. I've marked that rhino for a murdering. I don't think it's going to work. Ancient bison. Mouflon. Some reindeer. Oh! Imin. Imin's off to get some raw meat. Hopefully she'll be okay. I'm sure she'll be okay. Was she going to swim? What? Why is she swimming if there's a bridge back there that she could have just stayed on this side of the river? Oh god, that's so gross. Imin and her raw meat. She's going to have some very red bloody gums, isn't she? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I do like her little dress though. It's pretty fashionable. Oh, everyone's kind of wearing the same thing. Oh, well. We've got 2 little farmhouses now for my animals to live in. I say animals, I've literally just got goats at the moment. Have I got sheep as well? I've got sheep as well, so that's pretty great. I've got wool from the sheep, I've got milk from the goats, I've got meat from both of them. Ah, the woolly rhino escaped, and oh, yeah, I knew that wasn't going to work. I thought I put 2 or more people to try and kill that woolly rhino, but apparently not. Yeah, no one sits in that watchtower or that watchtower. Just gotta keep on planting. Keep on planting. This watering hole is a great place for hunters to go to try and find some lovely bit of meat. As you can see, I'm trying to extend my fence around that little mountainy bit. Bear! Okay, we need to get this bear. Oh god, he's killed someone. Oh no, okay. Oh god. The dog's just running away. The dog's meant to help. The dog just ran straight through the gate. But the fence is pretty helpful, obviously. Well done everyone, well done team. We killed the adult cave bear. We should all be very proud of ourselves. We all stuck together as a team. Everyone is so unhappy. Go team. Well done everyone. Well done. Oh, there's this baby. Oh. Oh. That's sad. That is sad. Just trying to find some wild berry areas. There's some here. Make it smaller. Yes. Yes. Just so we have a bit more variety in our food, because it can get a bit boring after a while. So now I'm just recycling the old bits of fence. I had a big old gate around here, and I'm building the new bits of fence just so that we have a more... Oh, Gorek. No. High commission. No, we're not interested. Yeah, just so that we have a more secluded little settlement, because otherwise people can get in quite easily. A raider attack! Alert! Alert! Everyone alert! We've got 51 people in this settlement, which I think is pretty decent. Not gonna lie. New watchtower being built. Raiders. Oh, the ambling raiders. I feel like the raiders could be a bit more... Oh. Oh, okay. Spoke too soon. They could run a little bit though. Oh, why are you going up against them one-on-one? Oh no. This is not gonna end well. This is not gonna end well. This is really not gonna end well. Oh my god. Oh my god. Great. Pile of dead bodies. Wonderful. Okay, well done everyone. Well done. Okay, new gates going up. That's gonna look nice. Oh, new watchtower. I put the watchtower inside the perimeter this time, thinking that maybe that's how it will actually be used. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll recycle that one because, you know, we don't need them anymore. Get the resources back from those just so that we have a bit more. And build a new one inside. You can't pick and move things, you have to destroy and rebuild. Which I guess is a metaphor. Is it? Is it? Put one up there, look. It's like Firewatch now. Wonder if there'll be any weird romances. So we have lots of different outfits going on at the moment as well. Way more than the amount of people we actually have. Now, if you ain't telling me that that's the cutest little cow you've ever seen, it's not a cow, it's a bison. Oh, it's a monstrosity. They're the cattle. You can herd them and domesticate them and turn them into cattle, which is, you know, how it actually worked. I just wish it was cats. I wish you could like take the lions and domesticate the lions. I know they'd be slightly bigger than your average house cat, but just if you keep them in a smaller space, right? Set that as priority so that they start building this fence, so that we actually start having a little bit of defences. They're using that little gap there as a way of avoiding going through the gates and the long way around, so it's annoying me. Let's get the weaver to weave some stuff, but we don't have any of the right materials, so we need to make sure that we get linen from our harvests and wool from our sheep. So here we have actually a scenario which I have chosen. It's a challenge, it's one of the creative mode ones, and it starts you in at the Copper Age because it was taking me ages to try and get anywhere in my last settlement to get to the Copper Age. So now I have metals to deal with and it's starting to get a little bit more exciting. This is a pre-made settlement that was made for this creative mode, and I am now just figuring out where to put all my flags for my things and basically setting up camp from scratch again, figuring out what they have, what they don't have. It took a while for me to actually get the right resources for this settlement because it was very easy to just think that they had everything when they didn't. So I'm doing my fish, my mud, my water, my sticks, do some tannin because I really ran out of tannin for my leather in my last settlement and that was a bit of a worry. just make it as big as possible so we get as much in hunting area. So this is a relatively easy-ish mode. Guess you can kind of tell from creative. Not to suggest that people who are creative get it easier, but I'm just saying creative really does let you just, you know, do more exciting things. So here I am placing some plants down just so that I have a pretty strong working settlement from the get-go. As you can see from this, like, there is so much stuff around my settlement, which in the last settlement it was all quite sparse, but this one there is so much more and it's all a lot more nearby. They don't have a granary though, do they? No, they don't. They have a storage hut, they have a workshop, which is new, not seen that before, but they don't have a granary. So guess who's building a granary? It's your gal. I'm building a granary. I had a farm so I can start domesticating animals because I'm on brand. Am I on brand? I don't know. So we might have a metalsmith, but we don't have a weaver or anything like that to be able to build the basics or an outfitter or anything. So I'm building those now so that we have places for our people to make their clothes, giving us a new drying rack so we have more food. Yeah, and we need some warmer clothing, cooler clothing, summer clothing. We need some clothing for the warmer months. We are going to be ready to unlock the Bronze Age soon because we have unlocked everything from the Copper Age. Got some woolly mammoths just walking around in the background. I've really enjoyed this gameplay actually. I enjoyed starting afresh with this one. Look at them all coming for drinks at the watering hole. It's so lovely. Anyway, time to get this settlement underway. Got my haystack ready, got my tanner ready. I'm ready to be the forefront of civilization. So all of our technologies have moved up. We're now building copper axes, copper sickles, etc, rather than flint ones, but we still have our little flint workshop around, ready to unlock the Bronze Age. We've unlocked some pretty good things from that. Masonry, sword making, brewing, horse domestication, and archery it looks like up there. So horse domestication will be really good for the carts and things with wheels, because we unlocked wheels in the last age that we kind of skipped out during this. Just to reiterate my earlier point, if you look here in Primal Vision, we have so much stuff going on. I'm currently trying to look for animals I can domesticate and catch, just so that I have a nice fully working farm. I actually get loads of animals in this next settlement, and it's great. It's just surrounded in animals. I have maybe 3 or 4 farms by the end of it, and it's just living my dream, apart from the fact that they get killed and their milk gets taken from them and, you know, we kill them and stuff. I'm going to capture this boar and it will turn into a pig, and this one, you can only capture the young ones, which makes perfect sense because the bigger ones would run away, overpower you, and the elderly ones would just die. So what's the point of getting those, hey? I mean, this is instinctive Alice talking, not any other Alice. I need to domesticate a donkey and a goat and a sheep, etc. It's just finding the young ones, which is a hard thing. You find a herd of them and they're all adults, or one of them's an elder and the rest of them are adults, and it's just annoying. You want to find the families and you want to tear the families apart. So I don't think you can get mammoth attacks, but this big honking guy just trundling through our settlement and nobody seems to be giving a shit. I don't really understand. Like, I would be absolutely pooing myself right now. He just walks all the way through and out the other side. He's like, oh, don't mind me, just having a stroll. So because you start everything a little bit further in, you also don't need as many points to unlock the next bit of research. So as you can see, I have 9 points at the top. 9 whole points. And I can buy at least one thing. And I'm going to buy... I'll do that next, I think. I'm going to buy sword making, because then we are more prepared for battle, even though in creative mode, not as much battle happens. In fact, I didn't come across any raiders or any kind of battle in creative mode, which was nice, because it was nice and relaxed. Relaxed to a point where the winters are shorter and everything is a little bit easier. So because I have research points again, very quickly, I've just unlocked horse domestication. So now I need to find a young horse to capture. So here we have Thor trying to tame a wild young male horse. He is currently donning a lovely leather outfit, and this deer is about to die, so I'm going to set someone else to hunt it. Sorry, I'm really sorry. Oh, all those deer are quite thirsty. So yeah, that's what a wild horse looks like, and if we watch, he's going to be caught in a minute. The wild animals look slightly different to the domesticated animals, and I like that about it because that's how evolution worked. See, changed just like that, completely different looking. Lovely. The donkeys also look different, the cattle also looks different, the goats, the sheep, the pigs all look different because the pigs came from boars, etc, etc. But it's just one of the nice little touches that I really enjoy about this game. So I fast forwarded a fair bit here as I'm trying to wait for a new farmhouse to be built and also waiting for some stone buildings to be made. I'm just waiting for us to get the right amount of materials. There it is, the roundhouse over there in the left. Got a little roundhouse being built. That's from stone. And that's because of the new era I'm in. Trying to make sure that I have a very steady level of hay coming in as well, and hoping that my food amount can ever match the food that I had in my last settlement. I don't have anywhere near as many people. So first structure, roundhouse, knowledge +1. I am absolutely storming through this level. Absolutely storming. I just need to grow some more flax. I'm trying to figure out a good place to do it. All over here was not very good for growing things. It doesn't tell you where it isn't good for growing things. Turns out if it's on rocks or hilly areas, or near rocks and around hilly areas and with lots of trees in the middle, it's not good for growing. You also have a wall that is starting to be built, a little stone wall. So I am going up in the world of security as well. You can just hire me for all your security needs. So jumping again, I've kind of sorted out my farming so it's a little bit flatter. My workload is too high, but you know what? I don't care. I've got a watermill that's just been built too, which is impressive because it means that I can make flour a lot more easily. There it is in all its glory. Stunning, isn't it? Stunning. Don't have anything to put in it yet because I don't have enough wheat, but when I do, it will be a fully functioning watermill. Goat, pig hanging out on a hill. Sounds like the start of a fairy tale, but it's not, unfortunately. They're probably both going to get murdered for meat one day. I just have a very lovely looking settlement, if I do say so myself. I know it was mostly started off for me. Our horse spawning is weird. I'm at a point now where my settlement is really starting to become a lot better at functioning. As you can see, I have carts with wheels and horses now. So my transport is getting there and people seem to be happier. I've got a nice trader with a low commission. But do I need anything? No. But thank you for coming with your low commission. We just tend to be a fully functioning civilization and we don't really need any help from neighbouring people. God, who do I sound like? And this is what we all came here for, really, isn't it? It's a cinematic shot of the new watermill in use. Don't tell me that doesn't give you immense pleasure. I think it looks amazing. For the textures in this game and the kind of rough edges, is that a nice way to put it? I think it's got a sense of, I don't know, there's something about it that is still really quite sweet. I don't hate that the textures are bad. I don't hate that everything looks a little bit flat. I think it works. I think it works for what it is. That's enough of the watermill. But it's nice, isn't it? So we finally domesticated some sheep. Got some sheep in the settlement. And we're just going to follow this dude around. Doesn't he look happy? Yeah, where's he going? He's going into here. Great. Cool. Our stone wall is starting to take some good shape. And our pigs are just hanging out outside our walls for some reason. But look at them. They're so cute. I love them. We have 16 pigs, which is more pigs than anyone needs. But, hey, they serve a purpose. I'm going to take you to one of the other modes now, as everything is going pretty well here. And we've got very weird game mode to show you. I don't know how I feel about it. They're called the Bygone Tales, and this is called the Long March, and I have to get these 4 mammoths across the map and have every one of them survive. It's a really weird game mode that doesn't make much sense in the grand scheme of things, considering you have to be in control of people. So you have to get them to these little checkpoints, and then you have to make sure they don't die or get killed, and you have to make sure that they're like well fed and well watered and things like that. And I just think it's a really, really bizarre game mode, and I can't say I was a massive fan of it. I mean, even if one of my baby mammoths didn't die or get attacked by wolves, I still don't think I'd like it very much. I much prefer the other mode of it. I feel like this is a bit weird. Maybe I didn't play enough of it to really get into it, but I just wasn't a fan of this bit. Dawn of Man makes sense as a civilization builder. I don't want to escort mammoths across a map. I just want to, you know, get my people to different eras and grow their research and grow their technologies, you know? I don't really get it. I didn't really get it. I guess that's what I'm saying. I didn't really get it. I was a fan of free play, which is the first thing we saw, and creative mode, which is the second thing that I showed you, but not a massive fan of these bygone tales. And to progress through this, you have to complete each of the other one before it. To get to the next tale, you have to complete the tale that came before it. So I couldn't play any of the other bygone tales because I hadn't finished this one, and I don't think I will finish this one because I just didn't enjoy playing it at all. But yeah, this is my summary of Dawn of Man, I suppose. Let me know what you think of Dawn of Man, or if you are interested in picking it up, or if you have picked it up, what you think of it. If you have any questions, please do put them in the comments down below, and I will do my best to answer them. We can chat through things. If I haven't explained something properly, let me know, and I'll answer things as best as I can. Or if you disagree with me on anything and you really liked escorting these mammoths across some mountains, then also tell me off in the comment. Well, don't tell me off, be nice about it, but you know, you can tell me I'm wrong, it's okay. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you do like it so that it tells YouTube that we're doing good things, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you again sometime soon. Bye for now.